We have 4 children. I was working, I had my own job when he was doing his landscaping. And we had the kids in daycare. And then once we had Max, who was our 3rd child, it was costing us money for me to be at work. So I stayed home. So then we created Universal Rocks when Courtney was 6 months old.
That's our 4th child, our daughter. We got number 4 was the girl at the end.
And then we moved into, no, actually we started Universal Rocks when I was pregnant with Courtney. And then we ended up selling our house and paying Richard back with that money, and we moved in and lived in the factory. So we lived above the factory. So the kids were part of
our beautiful Shangri-La now went to somebody else, and we moved into this factory, which was the best thing. I loved it.
Yeah.
I don't know whether she always felt that.
At first it was very challenging. After, you know, having a house, and now I'm living above a factory, cockroach infested and everything. And I finally had my little girl after 3 boys, and she crawls around on the ground with all this rock dust, and she would have pretty little pink things on, and then she'd like sit up and she'd be filthy. It was terrible, so terrible. Anyway, so Stuart's sister also worked with us as well.
Your sister?
And my sister ended up working for us a bit later as well.
My father did our accounts.
Yep. And Marina's husband was also part of it when we moved to a different factory. But I mean, we would stay up till 1 or 2 in the morning, and he'd be down in the factory and I'd be upstairs doing the books and what have you, and the kids are asleep, and he'd be like, honey, come and see what I've made. So I'd go downstairs and there'd be some huge concoction he'd made, and we even built a playground at 1 o'clock in the morning one time together, digging soil, and had a little mushroom house and a timber little cubby house. So. And then Stuart built a display all up the side of it, so people could come and actually look and see what it was like in your own backyard. So
that was 200 feet long by 30 feet wide, all on concrete, and we just put in 2 feet of soil, and within 3-4 years we had trees 20 feet tall. It looked incredible. It just was with 15 waterfalls running. So everywhere we went, we made it work, and it really shouldn't have lived that well, but it did.